as soon as someone's like, oh, I can't do this,
Mm-hmm.
like there's someone who is exactly like you,
Mm-hmm.
and they're doing it.
Yep.
You know, like
Absolutely.
when my car broke down, I was in Atlanta one time. This is actually a really funny story. I was delivering pizzas at the time, you know, in between touring and trying to keep a roof over my head. And I was in the parking lot and my car just stopped working.
Mm.
And I was doing a bunch of Google searching and stuff, and I was like, oh, it must be the starter of my car. So I was like, all right, you know what? Like, my car's already broken. I can't break it any more than it is right now. Hypothetically speaking.
Yeah.
So I was like, fuck it. I'm going to try to fix my car. And replacing the starter is like easily one of the easiest things besides like putting air in your tire. But I was so excited that I did it. And the funny part of this story is that it was not my starter that needed to be replaced. Funny. It was my fuel pump gave out. And But
okay,
all of the wire, because it was like an electrical fuel pump,
mm-hmm.
so I had to get a master electrician to come in and rewire it. And I was like, well, I probably couldn't have Googled that, but
yeah, like medical stuff. Yeah, that might be.
Yeah, the starter is fresh though. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like definitely don't go and Google like how to do open heart surgery or something. Like you should.
I'm sure there's tutorials, but you just don't do that.
Yeah, no, yeah. I'm all set.
Yeah,
but yeah, I just think people just need to just be okay with experiencing things and failing.
Mm.
Because I've learned everything that I know by failing a lot, man.
That's where literally the best people come from, is the people who are the most successful, is because they fail hundreds and hundreds of times. Mm-hmm. They fail over and over and over. And I totally don't want to get on a rant, but I'm gonna. So there's this idea that I have, or that I think, I don't remember what podcast I was listening to that started to talk about it, and it got me thinking. Life isn't terribly complex. Mm-hmm. It's actually really simple. It's difficult as hell. Like there are times where it's difficult as hell, but I personally don't believe life is terribly complex. If you want to get better at something, or if you're struggling in an area, or something isn't going your way, the reason it's not going your way isn't because it's difficult. It's because you haven't done it before.
Correct.
So exactly, if you do it 100 times, becomes that much easier. If you do it 1,000 times, all of a sudden it becomes second nature. And what was once so difficult is now second nature. And it's this whole idea that the more you fail and the more you go through that process, the better you'll get, and the better you'll be as a human, the better yourself you'll be.
Mm-hmm. Man, I wish that I had the first batch of coffee I ever tried to roast. Dude. Let me tell you what, that shit was awful. Terrible.
Really?
Awful.
I mean, that makes sense, but
yeah.
Damn, it's come a long way then.
Okay, so the first time you ever tried to play drums.
Oh, was hell. Okay.
Oh
my God. That's fair.
And this is another thing. I know you said we were gonna like brush on music, but I feel like we're talking about it a lot, which is fine. Yeah, it's fine. I don't care. But people, when they see a musician, they go, "Man, I just don't have that ability." And I will agree that I think that there is something in a human that makes them particularly good at certain things. Mm-hmm. However, I didn't just sit behind a kit and could just play, you know, like my God, absolutely not. I remember trying to play the most basic beat I possibly could for months. And I remember just getting so frustrated, but I just never stopped.